I'm TJ, and this is Life Lessons. As fate would have it, this time about 3 years ago, Arie was going viral about her comments, I believe, as it relates to Essence Festival. The artist thing, Janelle Monáe. Forgive me if I have it wrong, but and also Meg Thee Stallion about the twerking and all that kind of stuff and the debauchery that was going on. And of course, you all, mostly women, had an issue with that too. So here we are 3 years later, and she says, choose our music selections carefully because music has power, it has influence. We know this to be true. But what many of you degenerates fail to get, the reason why she's talking about that, because see, unlike you all, we had other messages to choose from other than that. Now let the record reflect. Too Short, NWA, The Chronic, Lil Kim, Foxy Brown, Adina Howard, all that. Party hard. Hoyt. But we had other messages to choose from. So when we were all in our, F it era, we could hear this song. But when we wanted to be more socially conscious, we could hear this. We wanted to be romantic, we could hear this. All y'all got is straight trash. Trash. That's what she's talking about. And just because you call it trash, don't make you hate her. It means that to me and her, it's trash. I was out in the pool this evening with my G baby, and I had my playlist from songs from the 70s to the early 2000s. Genres from hip hop, reggae, jazz, R&B, all of it. And even with all that, I could feel free playing it with my 5-year-old granddaughter out there. We had other messages to choose from. We had thought-provoking lyrics. Yeah. All y'all have is filth and nastiness. That's all you got. And when you glorify a song that celebrates boosting and scamming, that highlights the worst of us. The worst of us. Regardless of whether it is your anthem of the summer, that represents the worst of us. And you got a problem with her saying, choose your music carefully? Y'all just dumb. So that's what she's saying. And what's so funny to me, I gotta go there yet again. I love being a black woman. I love being a woman in general, a black woman specifically. But we some mean bitches. Yeah, some mean bitches. So we, on the one hand, support black women. But on the other hand, if you critique a black woman, you subject to all hellfire. And she didn't say anything bad about the girl, the young woman. But because she's offering her opinion, she has to be a hater. Hating on what? I guess I would be what Trick Daddy calls a old bitch. Yep. But I'm going to say, when y'all want to come for me and all that kind of stuff, I done told you. I know what I look like at your age. You don't know what you're going to look like at mine. And you can ask your friends about me. But that is what resonates with me. This time, 3 years ago, she was trying to send a message to us about us having more to offer than our tits and ass and pussies. And y'all didn't like that either. Y'all didn't like that either. And it's a sad state of affairs when you want to offer a message of being respectable and being a positive image, that somehow that has to be respectability politics. That's a sad state of affairs. And what's really sad is that when you want something more for somebody else than they want for themselves because they cannot realize or appreciate the sage counsel that's trying to be offered. You know, it's funny, because see, all y'all care about is how much the bag. I never cared about being rich. All I wanted to be able to meet all my needs, many of my wants, and have a comfortable life. But that's all y'all think about. And because that wasn't my motivation, there were just certain things I refused to do. Refuse. But nothing is off the board with you all as long as it's making money. So that's why I say it's a wrap. It's a complete and total wrap. And that is why it's time for a reset, a hard one. And before you ask what I mean, I'm talking about Noah and the archetype. It's over. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Take that with you.